I'm going to show you how I use this little piece of tape on my face every single night or every other night as a natural facelift, and it works wonders. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, it's Shelly Alvarez with Letters of Vitality, and I'm really excited today because I've got such a great video for you. For some reason, I don't know why I haven't talked about this yet. This is something that I've been doing for many years, and I was just doing this the other evening and thought, wow, I should probably share how at least this works for me and one of the reasons that I do it. And I am talking about face taping. So before we get started, can we just give some appreciation here? When I put this outfit on, I realized I hadn't worn this, and I love vintage pieces. This is a vintage Juicy Couture baby doll dress, and these were popular many years ago. And I also have it in pink, and this is just kind of one of those things that really great around the house, but this is just something, it's a nice terry cloth, and it's something that just makes me feel really cozy. And I love wearing this, especially at night when I'm kind of winding down. It's super comfortable anyway, but so love for Juicy Couture there. But I really want to talk to you about face taping. And face taping, whether you like it or not, it does have a lot of benefits. And I'll share with you also the reason that I started doing it many years ago and why I still do it to this day. So you'll hear, miracle claims. There's a company that I tried their face tape actually before, and it was, it's going to erase all your wrinkles. You won't have any more wrinkles. And obviously, that's not the case. I mean, I think their photos were probably photoshopped, but who knows? I did actually buy those because they'd been around forever and ever. And it was just kind of where you would stick the tape. You would wet the tape with, water or something like that, but you would stick it on the area that you want, your forehead or wherever. And first of all, it would it would just dry like cement. Whatever they use that is obviously not non-toxic would dry super hard. And so you'd wet it in the morning, you'd have to saturate it, let it sit, because if you didn't, it would rip your skin off. And my skin did not like it at all, because I'm sure there were some sort of chemicals or something in it. It's just, I would end up, completely red, and I looked like a tomato, and it was just not a good experience. Plus, if you didn't do it exactly perfect, then you would have lines that wouldn't go away. So basically, you're trying to prevent lines, and it would create more lines. So let me actually get a little bit closer here so you can see what I'm doing here in a sec. So I started researching different types of tape, and then I discovered basically, sports tape. But this sports tape is completely different. This tape that I get, you have the cheap tape, and this is, no knock for this brand, but this is, just like a cheap tape, which I would never put on my face, but I'll show you. The reason I brought this out is to show you how to cut it, because what I do is I kind of cut it all in advance. But this tape comes in a roll. And the reason that I love this tape is because of the many benefits, which we'll get into. But the tape I use is completely non-toxic. It's Japanese, and it's fabulous. Yes, it costs, a little bit up front, but if you think about how many uses you get out of it, then it's super cheap. And plus, the reason we face tape, let's talk about that, right? So we face tape because we want to, try to prevent wrinkles. We want to, give ourselves a lift, right? So tape is going to work towards a lot of those types of issues. So wrinkle prevention, lift, great. But let's talk about what it actually does and some of the, proven benefits. Like I said before in many of my videos, I'm not a physician. This is just what works for me. What I do personally for my health and wellness routine. Yeah, so what I do here in Face Tape and what I love about it is for number one, the reason I do it, yes, it has beauty benefits and I see a difference, but I do it because Face Tape, what it does is when you put this Face Tape on, this particular type of tape that I use, the Japanese Face Tape, is really soft and flexible. And so it molds to your skin and your skin moves with it. But what it does is it lifts your skin. So when you put it, you know, let's say you're not moving your skin, you're just putting it basically on your skin flat, but your skin is, you know, slightly constricted, right? So it's holding it tight, if you will. And when you're holding it tight, it's slightly lifting your skin. And when it lifts your skin, then it's increasing blood flow and circulation. And when you increase blood flow and circulation, you're reducing inflammation, and that's helping to clear out all of the toxins. I have other videos where I do, you know, gua sha and things like that before bed. I'll do gua sha and then I'll put my face tape. And then that just helps to eliminate all of the toxins into your lymph channels. So the reason I do it is because of that. And when it's like working, you'll feel, I mean, your face will feel amazing. The first couple days, you'll probably feel a little, you know, different. I felt amazing like the very first day. And the reason I do it is because I sleep better. And because of that increased blood flow, it just does something that is miraculous for me in my sleep. So every time I tape my face, which you don't have to do it every day. I mean, I'll do it maybe a few times a week, but I just sleep so well. So that is the reason that I face tape. And there are many other benefits, right? So if you think about a piece of tape like this that is sitting, let's say right here, right? So this tape is sitting right here. And I'm going to walk you through a tutorial too on how to do this, because there's a proper way of doing this and you don't want to mess it up because you could do it wrong. So if you think about that, it's sitting right here. You're not doing this at night. Maybe you're having a bad dream or you're, you know, smashing your face for whatever reason. We don't realize some of the expressions we make at night. So that is holding right here. It's not glued or anything like some of those other ones. So it's just holding. Your face can still move, but it's just holding it. So you're not able to create, you know, if I do this, I have wrinkles, but you're not able to create a wrinkle. So basically it's constricting the muscle and the skin so everything stays smooth. Now, over time, right, then if you decrease the constriction of those muscles for a long enough time, then what happens is you don't have those wrinkles, right? So, because if I'm doing this every day, then I will have eventually these set in wrinkles from making that movement. So you're preventing yourself from making the movement. It's the same thing like Botox. What is Botox? So botulinum toxin, what that does is that actually relaxes your muscles, right? It paralyzes, if you will, your muscles. So that paralyzes your muscles so you cannot move it. So this doesn't paralyze your muscles, but it stops the movement. So it is a very natural approach. So that's why we're here. We love natural, and it actually works. It's pretty miraculous what it does. And I started on the forehead. I don't have a lot of forehead wrinkles, but the reason that I really started getting into this in more advanced ways, which is like this, which I'll show you in a second, is because I wanted some lift. So I start noticing, you know, when we age, you start noticing things here, right? So your fat pads start to come forward. So you've got your jowl area, right? So the fat pad that was maybe up in here starts to travel toward your lips and towards your mouth area. So these are marionette lines, they're called, and these are nasolabial folds. So if you use this face tape, I wanted to use it as a lift. So you're using it to basically hold everything in this direction, right? So you're holding it nice and tight. Then it kind of keeps everything repositioned and lifted. It does take time, but it keeps everything lifted and tight. So that way because if you're sitting with your skin this way, your skin's not going to be able to just pop back up. And don't think any creams or serums are going to make that happen, because creams or serums, yes, they have, beneficial ingredients. There's some really great ones out there, but that is just that's a surface level. So creams and serums are not going to travel down, into the deep layers of your skin. They're not going to get into your muscles and do things like that. So this face tape method is really great with a combination of things, right? So you can't just do face tape and nothing else. So you're going to probably do gua sha, or there's a lot of tools. I have a video where I talk about some of the best anti-aging tools that I use. So one day you're doing gua sha, the other day you're doing a micro needler, the little roller. And so it's just a combination approach. Because natural is natural, it just takes consistency. And anybody who thinks that it doesn't work, it's probably because you're not consistent with it. And you can't expect to see results like a facelift, because this isn't a facelift, but it's not surgery. So fantastic. It is completely natural and easy to do. So let's dive right in. Now, as I mentioned, the tape comes in a roll, right? So it'll just be a round roll, and it's gonna look like this. And what I do is I cut my face tape into different sizes. So the first thing I'll do, I use these are like cuticle scissors. They're just little small scissors. And I'll take a piece that's probably, I'd say, you can kind of use however long you want, but I'd say this is probably about 3 inches. And you kind of want to measure it. You see, this is a cheaper one here. These little pieces, they're not for face. These are, but you kind of want to measure it. So this is the size of the first piece. And they're all going to be about the same length. Well, a couple of them will be a little bit longer, but for these, the reason I like these is, and I cut a bunch. You'll see, look, I cut like all these, and I actually just put them in baggies or a drawer, just so you can keep dust off of them. And then that's it. So just cut a bunch in advance. I'll cut the whole roll up into 3 different sizes, and then I'm good to go. So these here there's 2 uses for these. So the first use is going to be here. And then you're going to actually take a couple like this. Okay. So that's really perfect. And I'm going to put it on in a sec and show you how I do it. And then the second one, this one's going to be like this. So basically it's a little bit longer than, so you see the first one, it's a little bit longer, right? So just a touch longer. This one has different uses. So this one, what I basically do is pretend this is our piece, right? So we're going to cut it in half because you want it a little bit smaller. So cut your piece in half. I'm sure your experience will go a little bit better because you're not going to buy that type of tape. And if you want to know the tape I use, just send me a message or comment below, and I'll shoot you a message with what I buy. So, okay, so I've started already. So I cut this piece, and all I'm doing is going up. And your face tape will have little grid lines on the back. You'll see like little lines, so you can just kind of follow those. But I'm just cutting up all the way until, I'm not going all the way, but just cutting up just like to there, right? So then we've got 3 little pieces. So I'll show you on the better one how it looks. You see that? That's it. So you've just got 3 little pieces, and then we leave a part here. That's the part that we can hold, because we can do it in different ways. We can do it around the eyes, just different methods for this one. And then the third one, basically, you're keeping the full thickness or the full width of the tape, right? So you're keeping the full width, and all you're doing is cutting little bitty pieces on the bottom. So you're cutting those, they look like little legs, and they're all equal. I've got 5. So you want to cut 5. And then you're leaving about, I'd say, an inch, half an inch on the top uncut. You see that? Okay. And then I just cut a bunch. See, I have a bunch. like that. All right, now let's talk about applying the face tape. Oh, and one more thing that I do is these little solid ones that I started off with. This is probably another video, but I will cut these up into smaller pieces and I'll use them for mouth tape, which is really amazing too for your sleep. And if you open your mouth, it's just a game changer. All right, so the first thing is the solid piece. So you want to make sure that your face is clean. So you've washed your face, it's clean, you've got your moisturizer on. Don't put your moisturizer on and then go directly to the tape. This tape sticks very well, and it's not going to be like a stick, like a hard stick, but it's going to be very attached. So, which is really nice about it because it is a natural tape that moves with you. So basically wait like 10 minutes. Put your moisturizer on, wait 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes, and then you can work on your tape. So all you do, let's pretend that it's been 10 minutes since I moisturized. And all you want to do is, this tape is very soft. You just want to start, I'm going to kind of look at the mirror, but I'm starting to peel it. You see, I'm just starting to peel it off. And then the main thing, here's the huge thing that can make or break this process. Never, ever, ever, ever pull your skin, like hold it. Like don't pull your skin up and then put the tape, because that's going to create more wrinkles, more problems. So you want to leave your skin completely as it is. You're just basically going along your skin. Do not pull. That's the biggest tip I can give you in this whole video. So we're going to start right here. You can put as many of these strips as you like, but see, all I'm doing is just kind of going down like that. That is it. There's our first piece of tape, okay? And then, and it doesn't matter if it's like perfect, it really doesn't. Hopefully you have someone in bed with you who doesn't mind. My husband does not mind that I look like this, especially because he loves that I'm taking natural approaches to things, okay? And then just remember, don't pull your skin. That's it, all right? That's it, just like that. So, and you can even take one of these and put it in the middle. You can do that. You can cut them. You can customize them however you like. If you get more lines here in your 11s, then you can cut a triangle and do that as well. So the only things that I really get here, not a lot of wrinkles on my forehead. You'll see it, you know, I do have some, but I get a lot of tension right here in the spot that I put these. And because I squint a lot, I have light eyes, so they're very sun sensitive. And so I squint a lot and I get these strong little like muscle lumps. So this really helps everything flatten and relax. All right, so now for the big one. So this is the lift. And the lift is the most important one for me. It does take a little bit of practice. But once you get it, it's completely amazing. So what I'm going to do, you always start with the very end. You have to be careful because now you have all these little pieces and they can get folded up really easily. But you see, you cut the length based on how big your face is, right? So I cut it like that. So I'm going to start just by peeling the backing halfway. So I'm peeling it and basically I fold it. And then I'm just going to place it. You can move it later, but I'm just going to place that little part like that. And then all I'm going to do is roll down with my hand. Remember, I'm going to have to reposition, but you see how easy it comes up? There's no reaction, and I have sensitive skin. There's zero reaction. So I'm just going to place these. The goal is to place them all the way. See, I'm not pulling. I'm not pulling my skin. I didn't pull my skin up. I'm leaving it just as it is. And I'm just going to stick them. And this tape is the best. It's not going anywhere. But the goal is, see, you want to get along, you're getting along your nasolabial fold and you're getting along your marionette area. So it's keeping this tight. So it's not lifting it like this. It's just keeping it tight. And that's it. I'll do one for the other side. And that is it. That is face taping. And then the next morning when you wake up, I mean, first of all, you should feel really great. Um, Ignore the first couple nights because it's gonna, it's an adjustment, right? So you're gonna feel a little bit strange, maybe. Like I said, I felt great, but it's an adjustment. And then the next day, sorry, that camera moved because my cat decided that he wanted to go into underneath the sink here. So he just came out. I didn't even know he was in there. And then the next day, all you want to do is just carefully, it's not difficult. Look how easy that comes off. That's what I love about this. And it's not all tapes are created equal. This is Japanese and it's just incredible. I've never found a tape, because I've gone through a lot, that works as well as this and that doesn't cause a reaction. Because what's the point if you're putting chemicals on your face, you're trying to do, a clean beauty routine? What's the point of going in then and having to deal with popping chemicals on top or having a reaction? It just makes no sense. So that's it. That's our face taping. I'll just take this like right off. You can hold your skin if you need to. You can do other things like tape the neck. I don't, but you can. I know a lot of people do. I mean, basically you would just tape this, this way, and then you do one the other way. So it's kind of like cross like that, just to hold your neck tight. And you can use, it's just so versatile. That's the beautiful thing about it. And just get really good scissors and experiment with it. But I'd start probably doing it every couple days, and then just really work your way up to every other day. You don't need to do it every day. You can, if you're sleeping fantastic with this and you're just loving it, because you will have really pretty results, then you can do it every day. I just do it every other day. I will say give it time. Everything natural does take time, but it's so worth it. You will look refreshed, you will look smooth, and it's fantastic. I love face taping. So if you have any questions about face taping or any of the other things that I do here on this channel, I do promote health and wellness. It's something that has worked for me. For many of you that, probably know, I lost 30 pounds. I didn't even realize I gained 30 pounds. I had a lot of bad habits, had a lot of stress. I overworked, I overate. So I just completely changed my life and researched over 10 years on how to take things a step further and eliminate chemicals, eliminate, fragrances and certain things that really contribute to things that I was experiencing, like acne and all kinds of things. So yeah, so that's what this channel is about, all things health and wellness. So please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions about face taping, like I said, comment below, send me a message. I'm always happy to help. And subscribe to my channel for all things health and wellness, and talk soon.